My wife and I both come from families with 3 children, and we're both the youngest of 3. So to be able to have 3 of our own, it's pretty cool. So we have our oldest boy, Garrison, our middle girl, Joy. She's awesome. She's tucked in between 2 boys, and our youngest is Abram. So she's 3, and she gets to just pretend to be rough and tumble with the boys, or she can go be a princess. So what cracks me up is that she'll walk in and put her Elsa dress on and her Hulk hands, and she's ready to go at it. So she'll twirl and spin, and then she'll go try to wrestle you. Our 3rd baby, man, he's just, he's awesome. He's just going his own way, you can tell. So Garrison is the oldest. He's so careful. He analyzes and overanalyzes every little thing. And our youngest son, he's full steam ahead, head first. So it's kind of cool to see how these different personalities come out of the same household. So I know that Garrison, he's a snuggler, so I hug on him, you know. I didn't come from a family where my dad would hug a whole lot and he didn't say I love you. He didn't come from a family like that. So, but I can recognize that my son needs that. He loves it. I'm gonna hug on him. I'm gonna tell him I love him and tell him until he'll never forget. So my father did a little bit of everything. So majority of my life, he was a general contractor, working for himself, doing random jobs for around the neighborhood, whether it's building decks or paving concrete, doing roofs. And so I just remember our summers hanging out with him, getting in the old work truck early in the morning in the summer, and going to some construction site. My brother and I will be asleep in the truck until it's absolutely time to get out there and go work. And I'm just used to him saying, hey, go get this 2x4, go get this tool. And you can never find the right tool because he had the worst organization in his work truck. But he was a hard worker, and just learning that from him, I realized I think I get a lot of my work ethic from watching him. Not so much of anything that he said, but what he did. It's interesting, I'm learning with my kids that they definitely watch what you do. They mimic a lot better than they follow instructions. So I try to take the great of my father and try to implement that into how I demonstrate fatherhood to my sons and my daughter. But also there are some things that, you know, weren't so great about my dad, and he knows this, and we try to learn from that, and I try to be a better man than he was, but knowing that I'll never be perfect. So one thing I guess that stands out the most is work ethic, and was so important, it almost became the only thing that defined fatherhood. And growing up, I realized that missing piece in our household was the spiritual part. And so for me now, being a deacon at my church and realizing that my Heavenly Father really helps me to define fatherhood, it helps me to understand my children better and helps me to kind of be a better father, I believe.